Hello, I'm Stephen Heyde, conductor, music director of the Waco Symphony, and I'm delighted to offer you a preview of our January 20th concert featuring Mia Orosco Kelso. You may be wondering why I'm dressed in black. This is the conductor's uniform. We like to wear black so that the white baton shows up and making it easier for the players to see the baton. When we do the concert, of course, then we have a black tuxedo on, which helps for the same thing. This is a wonderful tradition that the Waco Symphony Council has had for many years, where we gather in individual private homes to hear a preview. And I'm very pleased today to invite you into my home to hear this preview. The first piece on our concert next Thursday, January 20th, is Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov, certainly one of the most popular and most requested pieces in the orchestral repertoire, filled with really beautiful melodies. You know that Rimsky-Korsakov intended it to accompany readings from the 1001 Arabian Nights. Now, when he wrote this music, he didn't write it to tell the story. Think of it more like cinematic music, that he's creating kind of an environment to tell the story in. He's creating the atmosphere of the story. The four movements originally had titles that Rimsky-Korsakov had put on them, but later he removed. Nonetheless, I think it's kind of interesting to hear what his idea was for the four movements. Movement 1, the sea and Sinbad's ship. 2, the second movement, the calendar prince, and that's K-A-L-A-N-D-A-R, calendar with a K. The third movement he called the young prince and the young princess. And the last movement, which is quite a bit longer in description, he said festival at Baghdad, period. The sea, period. The ship breaks against a cliff surmounted by a bronze horseman. Now, the actual telling of the stories is represented by the solo violin, and these beautiful concertmaster solos will be played by our wonderful concertmaster, Sue Jacobson. I know you're going to love this piece. It is one of those pieces that has a special place in your heart. Now, the overall title of this concert is Immortal Stories, and certainly the first half was Scheherazade. We heard Immortal Stories. We're going to start the second half with the William Tell Overture by Rossini, which is another certainly immortal story with the shooting of the apple off the head and all that. This piece comes in 4 sections. The first section with the solo cello, 5 solo cello, accompanied by solo double basses. That section Rossini called Dawn. Then follows that is a very short section where he said was the storm, and you can see that the music gets quite agitated here. The third section is really what is called the call to the cows, the calls to the cows. And I won't attempt to sing this, but when you hear it at the concert, you will recognize, because it's frequently Saturday morning cartoon fare, and features, by the way, the English horn. And then, of course, the famous last section with the riveting brass, and we all know it as the Lone Ranger. And this was, in Rossini's words, the March of the Swiss Soldiers. And what an exciting piece it is. It ends so festively and creates the environment where we're ready for our guest artist. Our guest artist for this concert is a figure and a much beloved in this community because she hails from Lorena, Mia Orosco Kelso. Mia went to Baylor, where she was concertmaster of the Baylor Symphony, played in the Waco Symphony all 4 years that she was there. We love Mia. She's exceptionally gifted violinist, but also a world champion fiddler, as you will hear if you come to the concert. You don't want to miss that. Mia is going to play a piece by Saint-Saëns called Introduction and Rondo Capriccioso, which really is tremendously virtuoso, but also filled, just replete with beautiful melodies. Really looking forward to Mia Orosco Kelso's performance of this piece. After Mia has played her solo part, the orchestra will play two movements, the last two movements of the 5 pieces from the Mother Goose Suite by Maurice Ravel. Ravel was a really interesting person, and he was fascinated by many things and really loved to write music for children. And this is a piece that he originally wrote at the keyboard and then orchestrated later. And it's really some of the most beautiful orchestral music that I know. The first movement, which is actually the 4th, is Beauty and the Beast, another immortal tale. And the telling again of the beast falling in love with the beauty, who recognizes that he has a kind heart, but when he is emboldened to ask her to marry him, she turns him down, and he says something to the effect of, "At least I will die happy." And she says, "No, you will not die, because we will marry." And then when they kiss, the beast melts away, and lo and behold, it's the most handsome prince in the entire world. And then the last movement is called the Enchanted Garden. There's not really a story with this, but it is just some of the most heartfelt and most achingly beautiful music that I know. So we're really looking forward to playing those two movements from the Mother Goose Suite by Maurice Ravel. After the Ravel, Mia will return to stage with her fiddling group, which includes, by the way, her husband on the double bass. And they will play a fiddling tune that will amply demonstrate how gifted Mia is. And to have won, I believe, way back in 2012, the National Fiddling Championship is a tremendous achievement. And Mia has that gift, as well as being an exceptional concert violinist. I'm really looking forward to that. We really look forward to when we can have these previews in person again, and when we can put all this horrible situation behind us. In the meantime, we hope you will come to the concert and that you will mask to protect yourselves and others. It's a very large hall. You can find some spaces where you can practice social distancing, and I guarantee you, you're going to hear an evening of really exceptional music. We look forward to seeing you there.